The eyes are on the Jersey Shore. Hello, everybody. I am Vin Ebenu from my home office in Toms River. And with me today are my guests, Andrea Verdone Gorsegner and Christine Doviak with Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer. They do have an upcoming event coming up this Saturday. You may remember from last year around this time. And we're going to discuss what that event is, a little bit about the organization and how you can help out there as well. So first up, tell me what the organization does, especially for those who may not be as familiar with it, with Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer. What is it that you do? Who is it that you help?
Yep. So gonna try to give the fastest description possible. My daughter, Natalie, who's now 12 years old, she's a leukemia survivor. She was diagnosed in August of 2012 and had a little over 2 years of treatment, and then wrapped up in November of 2014. And in that process, when we discovered how underfunded research is for childhood cancer, we just wanted to do something to try to make it feel as though we were helping beat her cancer as well. And in our mind, that was raising money to fund research for pediatric cancer. So that's how everything kind of started. And that in spring of 2013 to now, we've already given approximately 1.3 million to research all over the country. So to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, MSK, to Dana-Farber. People can go on our website and they can see all the amazing grants that we funded. And then additionally, we help families. And that's actually how Christine and I connected, but she can tell you more about that in a little bit. So that's what the foundation is doing. We're based in Middletown, New Jersey, but we help families all over. We have another branch of the foundation that's actually in Connecticut as well. Yeah, so should I go right into our event that we're doing on Saturday?
If you want to take the lead, I will. That is totally fun. That was going to be my next question for you. Being the founder and everything, the second annual Pedalthon.
Yeah.
Tell us what it's all about, what we could expect to see, to hear about, how people could help.
Yep. So last year, as you said, we did a 24-hour, what we called Pedalthon. Actually, last year it was called Spin for Kids. And then we actually found out that spin is trademarked and we can't use that word. So that's how we switched over to Pedalthon, which we actually like better. Yeah. But basically with COVID, we've had to get creative with virtual fundraisers. So that's how we ended up doing that last year. And we were like, hey, what if we ride our bikes for 24 hours straight, try to raise some money. And then in the interim, we also try to get people who own Pelotons to ride along with us at some point in their day during the 24 hours. So I personally got on my bike last year. We kicked it off with a Tune Day ride at 9:30 in the morning. And I stayed on my bike until 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning. So did the 24 hours. We started fundraising about a week prior to that and ended up raising in total about $85,000, which was pretty awesome. Actually, sorry, not a week, a month in advance. It was far more than we really thought we were going to be able to raise with it. So we were really happy with the success. So of course, to this point, we were like, okay, well, we definitely got to do this again next year. And that's where we are now. So in less than a week, this Saturday, the 29th, is going to be our second annual Pedalthon. And this time we're kicking it off with a ride that's live with Jess King at 9:30 Eastern. I'm personally not doing the 24 hours this year. I really wanted to, I had planned on it. But like so many of you, I ended up with COVID at Christmas time. And while I kind of got past it in a little over a week, I still had all of these side effects from it that have been very frustrating, to include some extreme fatigue. So I knew as of a few weeks ago that I had to make the call that I wasn't going to be able to do the 24 hours. But luckily, we have this wonderful woman with me, Christine, and she can tell you how she got involved. And she'll be riding the 24 hours along with Infinite Love's Vice President, Jim McCaffrey, who lives in Connecticut. He'll be riding the 24 hours as well. So we have two people riding it this year.
Christine, we're going to hand the baton off to you. How did you get involved with the organization, and what kind of preparations are you making ahead of the Pedalthon?
Well, my daughter Karina, she's 12 years old now. In December of 2017, she was diagnosed with leukemia as well. She was 8 years old, and she had treatment for 2.5 years, and she finished her treatment in March of 2020, where we thought everything was going to go back to normal, and everything kind of went crazy with the world. So Karina was going through these treatments, and of course, as a parent going through this, you feel completely helpless, and I didn't know who to talk to, and I was put in touch with Andrea, and we heard about this amazing foundation, Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer, who put you in touch with other families, help you financially, emotionally. So that's when we started talking, and we started messaging each other, and Karina was given a princess doll. Andrea asked me, what was Karina's favorite doll? And at the time, it was Moana, and Andrea put together a port doll for Karina that Infinite Love did. And because Karina was super scared, knowing that she had to get surgery to have her port put in, she really, at 8 years old, did not understand everything that was happening. And you just hear you're going in for surgery. So having this port doll and provided to her through the foundation made the process a lot easier for her, help her understand what was happening with her body, how this port was going to be helping her get her treatment. Another wonderful thing that Infinite Love did was put together a photo shoot for Karina and some of the other fighters at the time, where they got to dress up and put on these beautiful gowns and had gorgeous photos taken, and they felt special and beautiful. So we just really felt loved and cared for, and it kind of felt like a place to go when our world had been turned upside down. And so I just feel that now that we are kind of on the other side, thankfully it's my turn to do something and raise awareness for what Andrea is doing for children fighting cancer. And so anything I can do to help and raise money for this amazing foundation, I will do. And I'm going to be on that bike. I'm going to stay on that bike.
Did you get any tips from Andrea from last year for, riding 24 hours about how to stay hydrated, how to, keep everything going so your hamstrings aren't, falling off or anything?
We did discuss that, right on the phone. We were talking about some tips, different like pants and what not to do, and, just staying hydrated. I've been practicing. I just got my Peloton bike this past week. I had a different bike, and I was preparing. I'm a teacher. So before work, I would wake up and I would do an hour ride every morning, like I would normally do. And then on the weekends, I would do a 3-hour ride just to kind of shock my system a little bit. Now, 3 hours is nothing like 24 hours, but just to kind of get in the groove a little bit, get in, in the position. So I've been trying to ride as long as I can, just so that I can, keep going. And it's just like a mind over matter. And anytime I feel tired or quitting, I'm just going to go through my library on my phone of all those pictures, and Karina was in the hospital, and, why I'm doing this. So that will give me the motivation to keep going for sure.
Was it like a moment where, in Rocky or whatever, where, kind of helping you train or whatever, playing the different kind of music and getting ready for the big race?
Yeah, music definitely helps. I was asking my friends, send me your songs. And we are going to be doing some Facebook Lives, right, Andrea, through the ride to check in, so everybody can see that we're still riding. We're going to be talking about the foundation, what the amazing things that it does for the families. So they will see us on the bike. We will stay on this bike.
Yeah. Yep. Christine's exactly right. It's just like last year. Last year we did Facebook Live. We're trying something new this year because we wanted to be able to show Christine and Jim at the same time, and then also welcome in some of our sponsors to talk, some of our teams, so they could talk about their kids who were in treatment. So we're actually doing it through Zoom this year, but it still will be live on our Facebook page. So people can go to Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer on Facebook at any point on Saturday, in the middle of the night, into Sunday, to check up on Christine and Jim and see what they're doing. Yeah, so I'm excited. I was very disappointed to not be doing it with them this year. It was kind of hard for me to admit to myself that I wasn't going to physically be able to do it. But I am going to do the starting ride with them, and I'll do the finish line ride with them, and maybe I'll do a couple in between. But I'm really excited for these two because they both have been just working really hard, and I know they're both going to do it. They're not going to be able to walk for a few days, but
oh yeah, for sure.
I'm a little worried about Christine going to school on Monday, to be honest.
I already told my class I might be walking like this. They thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plan for an easy day on Monday morning.
Okay, good. You should just plan on kids were watching a movie today. You just
pajama day, movie day.
Give the students a heads up so that when you come in walking now, right? Hey, take it easy on me for the next couple of days.
Well, my class did an amazing thing. They collected a group amount and donated a really big amount to the Pedalthon. What's so amazing is that it's kids helping other kids, which meant so much to me. Because that's what it's all about, is helping these children.
So what are some of the ways, and either of you could answer, I guess, Andrea, with how people can donate, contribute either throughout the 24 hours this weekend or before or after? Maybe they, talk to family or friends and say, hey, this is a great cause, a great organization. How can you help?
So right now, I mean, for starters, people like you are helping us just by giving us a platform, shining a light on our organization, on the event. That's what we need right now, is people spreading the word. So going onto our Facebook page or going to the website, infiniteloveforkids.org, and they can click and see more about the Pedalthon, and sending it to their friends and family, texting it to them, emailing it to them, tagging in Facebook. Obviously we'd love for people who own Pelotons to register to ride, but even if you don't own a bike, if you have no intention on riding a bike of any sorts, you could still go onto the website, click on that link, and make a donation. And that's really what it's about. We want to try to raise as many funds as possible. I know this is beginning to sound like a cliche because everybody is saying it, but it doesn't mean it's not true. We're really hurting because of COVID. We haven't had our in-person gala in 2 years now, and we kind of made the call this year that we're also not going to be able to have it because, we talk about packing like over 300 people into a room without masks, eating, drinking, and we're just not comfortable doing that yet. So not having our, main event that brings in most of Infinite Love's income has really been hurting us. So we're really depending on people to make the effort to support us with these virtual events. So if you go to the website, you can click on the link there. That will take you to the Pedalthon registration page where you can either register to ride, or you can, like I said, just make a simple donation. And if you're really inspired, you can even, when you register, you can start your own team. It could be anything you want. If you have 5 buddies who all have Pelotons and you want to ride together, you can come up with your own name. Everybody can share the link, and then your team, has their own page. There's so many little ways that people can help. And then of course, the day of Saturday, when you do go to that Facebook page, we're going to be constantly sharing links to different team pages, to all sorts of things. And we also have a Facebook fundraiser that we started just like we did last year, that just revolves around this ride. Because, oftentimes if people are on Facebook, it's just easier for them to make that one quick donation by pressing a button rather than being redirected to another website. So we're going to have that really easy option for them as well.
Sometimes easy is okay.
Yeah, I am all for easy.
As we close up here, just closing thoughts, just with both of you. Christina, I'll start with you on this one, just with everything, what the Pedalthon means to you, what the organization means, what just being a part of this and helping out people like your daughter and others out there who are fighting the fight right now. What does all this mean to you, and to be able to be a part of something as big as what this Pedalthon is?
It's just really touches my heart so much because as a parent, as an adult, you never expect that your child you'd be getting the news that your child has cancer. It's just something that's not supposed to happen. And I find that it's happening more and more. There's children in our town. You're hearing the news that they're diagnosed with leukemia or cancer or different things. You don't know what to do. And just to have a foundation like this, to be able to help you in any way, emotionally, financially, providing research, finding better ways for treatment for kids, less toxic ways. This is everything that this foundation helps to do. And I know that it was a great resource and source. It still is for me, even though that Karina is not in treatment anymore. Just to know that you have that ongoing support is just incredible. And I just want other families to have that in the future as well, like I did.
Andrea, your closing thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I like to remind people with Infinite Love is that, we are 100% volunteer run. Nobody takes a salary. We don't have a big building that we're paying rent on. So every dollar that comes in to Infinite Love is going right back out to our families, like the Doviaks, and to research. So I always tell people, hey, I know we're not one of the big box foundations, but we are making a huge impact in the child of cancer family. And, anybody who comes to us, mostly organically through friends of friends, or some of our families who have newly diagnosed children, they instantly become a part of our family. That's really important to us. So from the moment we meet somebody, for the first time, usually over a text, and we're just, giving ways that we can help them. Because a lot of times I think people mean well, but they'll say, hey, let me know if there's anything I could do to help. If you say that to a family like, who's going through something like cancer, I know your heart's in the right place, but it doesn't mean anything to those families because they don't even know what they need. And also they're so overwhelmed by this diagnosis of their child that they're never going to ask for anything. They're not going to ask for money, for gift cards, for a meal train, for anything like that. So, having been through it myself, and same with our team members, our Infinite Love team members, we can help these families in a different way because we do know what they need. So we can just go ahead and introduce ourselves and say, hey, just off the bat, this is what we're going to do for you. Do those few things, build a relationship, and then we can help them from that moment on. And, we stay connected to families for as long as they'll continue to talk to us. So whether their child has entered remission, or, whether their child has passed away, like either way, we will stay with these families for life if that's what they're, up for as well. So it's really personal to everybody in the Infinite Love family. All the work we do here, everybody just cares so much. So it's important. And these events, they may seem little. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't have much money. I can donate $5. Like, it all adds up and it all helps us. It's because of these donors that, we've been able to more or less stay afloat these last couple of years. So we are really, really appreciative to anybody willing to step up and help us. And, even beyond the Pedalthon, if someone is watching this late or it's just not their thing, I mean, they can reach out to us again via the website. There's so many ways that people can help us. And I love when I get those kind of cold calls via email of someone who is like, hey, I'm really interested in doing a little more for you. Just makes our day when that happens. So, yeah.
Well, thank you both for all that you're doing for children with cancer, and all you have done, all you are doing, and all that you'll continue to do. And I wish you certainly the best of luck with everything you're doing with Infinite Love for Children Fighting Cancer, and different kind of luck as well to Christine, who's going to be, going pedal to the metal on Saturday, and for obviously for a good cause, but having a little bit of fun along the way. So thank you both for your time, and continued good luck to you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
That is Christine Doviak and Andrea Verdone Gorsegner, the founder of Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer. Go to infiniteloveforkidsfightingcancer.org for all the event details for the event coming up and for how you could help out as well in the future. Once again, for Andrea and Christine, I am Vin Ebenu, and thank you for watching another episode of Eyes on the Jersey Shore.